Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. My fellow British friends, you will have two choices, okay? And they are not very good. One is the rationing plan and the other one is not rationing plan, okay, of energy. That means one will give the government that you will depend on, will give you energy sometimes when they feel like, or the other one is the same way. They will give you again when they feel like. The difference between the first one and the second one is that the first one probably gives you a schedule, but the second one doesn't. So the first one gives you a schedule and say, hey guys, from this time to this time during the day, no. From here to here, yes. From here to here, no, and so on. So you kind of be able to plan what they decide for you, because you are their subjects, okay? On the other plan is not going to be any rationing here, but they're going to turn it off and on unexpectedly. So which one you want? The first option that you have is right now is gone. All right, that's gone. So let's see, and this is what your future prime ministers, Maha Rishi and Lazzy Truss will provide for you. So you can pick bad, worse, or worse, worst. What about the good one? Oh, we don't have that in store anymore, guy. That's gone. That's gone with Boris Johnson. All right, so Republic World, September 1st, 2022, and I'm quoting, "We shouldn't rule anything out. Rishi Sunak opposes Liz Truss's no energy rationing plan." In the last hustling of the UK Prime Minister campaign, Tory leader Lazzy Truss promised that if she won the election, then there will be no energy rationing. And everybody's like, yes! But what she doesn't mention is that she's not going to have any, and you're not going to have any. I will tell you that, how I relate it with Romania. I've been through that. So I know when what Lazzy is talking about is even worse what the other guy, Maha Rishi, is talking about. And I'm going to explain to you. My God, these guys are weasels. But it's human nature. The same the communists did, the same these guys do. When you don't have things, have shortages, this is what you do. All right, so it says here that Lazzy Truss promised that if she won the election, then there would be no energy rationing. But will you have any? No. While her rival, Rishi Sunak, warned, saying, "We shouldn't rule out anything." That means you know who's going to win? Lazzy. Because people will not think the way I just mentioned. Wait a second. In which plan will I have more energy? Lazzy or this guy? Lazzy doesn't promise me energy at all. She said there's not going to be any rationing. She doesn't tell you that she's going to turn it off whenever she feels like. And that's not called rationing. That's just, we ran out of it. We don't have it. The other one, on the other hand, which is also bad, is going to say, well, we're going to ration it, which means we're going to give you sometime and sometimes we will not. And when you hear this, like, whoa, that means from the very beginning, no, yes, no, yes. The other one, you don't know yet. So who's here sneakier? You'll find out. And you know what's going to happen? I think Lazzy is going to win. Everybody's going to be, oh, Margaret Thatcher, there you go again. All right. And she's going to win. And then you're going to see it like, my dear, I don't know how she would say, we don't have it. So too bad. See you never. Bye. You'll see. You will see. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. But that's what happened with the communists. You say, oh, those are communists. No, it's about shortage and how human race deals with shortage. Instead of producing more or dealing, they go with ideology nowadays. So, while addressing the attendees of the 12th and final leadership hustling at Wembley Arena, woo, no more football, in London, Truss also promised that she would provide further support of households to keep them with rising energy costs. From what? From what? Is going to go with to the international banking system? He's got the Rothschilds right there with the Bank of England. Good luck. They got you in what, 1912 and 1812? Wasn't it 1812? Wasn't that? I think it was Waterloo, was, or 14. I can't remember exactly. I think it was 12. Well, doesn't matter. I'm going to use Waterloo. Remember that story? When she was asked about how the upcoming government would deal with the rising cost of living, the Foreign Secretary reiterated that cutting taxes and securing the UK's energy supply would adequately solve this. But she added that in a fiscal event, the Chancellor would address the issue of household support. Further, she also promised that she would not implement new taxes as Boris Johnson did in 2019. Yeah, right. Liz Truss promises no energy rationing. Rishi Sunak warns we shouldn't rule anything out. So it was a bad message for Maharishi. I can tell you that. Meanwhile, both the candidates also presented their views on the idea of windfall tax. Sunak said, "I introduced a windfall tax as Chancellor, and I'm glad that I did it." Truss, on the other hand, rejected the idea of another windfall tax on oil and gas giants' profits. Sunak said, "It is absolutely the right thing to do when energy companies are making billions of pounds of profits because of the war." No, it's because of your sanctions. It's not that. The war would have gone okay and everything would have been all right. You, the government of Great Britain, said, "Oh, let me intervene and be a little bit more moral here and virtuous, and I'm going to impose taxes, and those taxes I imposed on those guys, they had nothing to do with me, allegedly," right? Oh, I forgot, because if Russia, it's everything, it has got everything to do with you, actually, because if Russia, this is how the story goes, if Russia wins, they're going to knock your door down the next morning. That's how the story goes. So then you got to do it. If you don't do it, then the Russians are going to take over. They're going to rape your women, they're going to enslave you, get your property, and drink your 5 o'clock tea. Right? Yes. And everybody's like, "Oh man, we can't let this go like this. We got to do it." So yeah, please ration our energy. That's the way it was in Romania. When it was that great party, communist party, these guys want to be like socialists. They think socialists, everybody's going to have everything. No, not everybody's going to have everything. Nobody's going to have anything. That's the way it is in the socialist system. But now you're still wealthy and you think, "Oh, we can distribute that." The whole system goes down. The economic system goes down. You're going to see if efficiency goes like this, no, production goes like this, what's going to happen? You're going to start stealing from one another. So what the communists did, they said, "Okay, we don't have a lot because we managed our economy so good." All of them, each and every communist party that was communist, socialist, failed. They had always shortages, all right? That's a fact. And if someone says, "Well, it was not implemented right," and what, in 50 times? Are you going to do it right? Who's the one who's going to do it right? You? But the other guys were dumb and they didn't implement it right or something? Well, always the sanctions of the other side. Really? They closed themselves. But anyway, let's go to that thing with Romania. So they have shortages. We had rationed the bread, sugar, oil, flour. I can't remember if it was anything else. Eggs, no. Eggs were not rationized, but you couldn't find them. You know, anything that was not rationed, you could not find it. But sometimes, once a month, everything that was rationed, you would get that at least every day when you were going to the store. You understand? That it was like that you had it covered. Everything else, meat was not rationed, but you couldn't find it. Nothing, zero, empty shelves everywhere. Believe me. Which one is better? No rationed, you don't find anything, or sometimes, or rationalized, when you have at least a little, but you still have it. You know you're going to get that. In this weasel times, I will get rationed, but I should not get any. I shouldn't even accept to be proposed to pick from these two options. I refuse to pick these two options. I want that option, which excludes this. The one that I have right now, you guys get out, get the restrictions and get me my life back. That's what I would say. Not, oh, I pick this one, I pick this one. What? They give you what to pick. It's shit or eat peace or drink peace. What do you want, Emil? I think I'm going to take that one. Yeah, ooh, that was worse, man. What about my baked cake? Why isn't that an option? They decided that I should depend on the government. Remember, don't own anything or own nothing and be happy. And depend on the government. That's where we're heading. You see. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.